What is up, everyone? It's Grim here. Now, I want to make an apology straight away, even though I can call myself Grim. I am a happy-go-lucky soul. I'm a I can maintain a straight face on this, but I am suffering from quite a severe headache today. It is 1:30 in the afternoon, and my neighbour has been out wielding a chainsaw like a maniac since 9:30 this morning. And I will say this: we do not have big gardens here. I live in the middle of an estate. We do not have big gardens, but apparently they feel the need to recreate the scene from Leatherface. And those of you that have been with the channel a while will know it was only a couple of weeks ago I said the same thing at the beginning of the video. But breathe, Grim. It's okay. It's okay. Get through this. So yeah, apologies if in the background you can hear mad chainsaw noises whirling away. It's just my neighbour having fun. Good old Dave Leatherface. Fair play to him. Now, what we are going to focus on is an article in PC Gamer. Don't judge me.
Where are we?
Cyberpunk 2077's cutscenes will apparently be first person. Dun dun dun. And apparently they need to add in even the sex scenes. Good to know. So, let us read this article and see what we think. See what we make of such things. After the Witcher games, let us see Geralt in third person. Either riding horses or relaxing in the tub, many were surprised by Cyberpunk 2077's first-person perspective. Early footage showed cutscenes in third-person line, with personalised versions of V in various cool jackets. It's apparently changed, however. Yes! They even made a big thing of it. If you watched Friday's shenanigans, where they had all new juicy things to look at, which actually I thought went pretty well. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people said, oh, it was far too short, didn't go on long enough. I wanted to at least see 4 hours gameplay on each playstyle. Like, Jesus, people. Do you remember back in the day when what we would do is sit there and we would go through each scene, like each tiniest section of a trailer, and just milk it? Milk it like Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, getting every last juicy bit out of that trailer. Now apparently we're not satisfied unless a trailer is at least 48 minutes long. Else it sucks and I don't want to even look at it. But no, apparently people weren't happy that it was so short. I actually thought there was a lot of good information in there, and we will be doing a deep dive. We will be going into... I was doing it myself anyway, and I was like, well, why don't you just do this for the channel, Grim? Stop being a private geek and be a geek for everybody. So that's what we'll probably do, and it'll be fun. It'll be nice to talk about gameplay stuff on any game, rather than political correctness or whatever the next drama is for a particular game. It'd be nice to actually talk about the gameplay for a change. Anyway, the article continues. After a German interview with Night City Life was picked over on CD. Look, I'm the product of the poor English education system. Just accept it. Don't judge me, people! Picked over by CD Projekt Red forums with some interesting details about how rooms work in The Witcher 3. Basically, they had to make rooms extra big so that you could walk in the room and the camera could catch up before you hit anything. There you go. Oh, I've ruined it for you now. A user approached the official Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account to ask whether cutscenes would be in first person. In Cyberpunk 2077, immersion is very important to us, came the reply. I don't know why I did that in that voice, but there we go, we're sticking with it now. Came the reply. So yes, cutscenes are first-person perspective. Which I don't overly have a problem with, and I know I'm going to sound like a fanboy here, because I said when they did the gender thing, I don't really care. I don't have a problem with it, and I don't. So long as things are done in the right way, and to be honest, looking at all the footage I've seen of, and we're not going to dwell on this, but how they've handled the gender stuff, they literally just removed the M and the F from the top corners. And that's it. You just kind of pick the body you want and go with it. I understand a lot of people have issues with regards to the things that have been taken away from the game that were supposedly promised, but we'll touch upon that at the end. Do not panic. Do not panic. Here comes the next. This is the question we all wanted to know. I think if you could have a top 5 questions that you'd want to ask the developers of Cyberpunk, I think, I'm not lying, I think this would probably be the top 3 questions. What about the sex scenes? Which is what we all want to know. Like, let's be honest, that's what's keeping us all up at night. That's what's getting us juicy for this game, is how are we going to experience the sex scenes? Ask the persistent fan. CD Projekt Red came out with... Yeah, it's the same, mate. I gotta paraphrase that. They just said it's the same. Just please go away now. Please.
What for?
Oh. So yeah, the sex scenes will be in first person. There you go. The footage released so far, we've seen a third-person option for driving, as well as moments when V is seen through a security camera, cyber optics, and mirrors. But it seems like we won't be able to see our customized V elsewhere. And that's the end of the arc. It's not a particularly long one. But yeah, as I said, I don't have a problem with this per se. I play Deus Ex, which is a game I will go back to a lot, after especially seeing the stealth gameplay. That's the way I'm going to be playing. I'm going to recreate Adam Jensen. I'm going to go full Deus Ex on this, because this is the game I've always wanted. Deus Ex was like a GTA. It's the game I've wanted for so long. Calm down, Grim. Whew. Whew. Yeah, I wanted this game for ages, so having seen those possibilities, I'm excited. But I can understand why some people are nervous. Not necessarily, and again, it's that whole thing about the gender where people go, oh god, you just want to moan about something, and you've just got issues that they're removing third person, and you're worried about, oh god, for whatever reason, thinking that, I don't know, SJW, we just want to hunt them down. I don't. The reason people have issues and are worried about stuff like this is because it means that there are issues with development. Now, it might be that they've promised too much and they're having to scale back. Things like, for those of you that have only recently jumped on the Cyberpunk bandwagon and are starting to get excited about it now, they back in the day promised that there would be player housing. So you'd be able to have multiple apartments all over the city, and that's gone. You now only have the starting apartment. So if you've seen the 48-minute trailer, I'm doing it again, 48-minute gameplay footage, then you'll see there's an apartment that V has in that. I think that's it. That's your apartment, and you're done. Whereas they did say that you'd be able to upgrade and buy new apartments, things like that, or as the story progressed. Like GTA 4 did it, I think, which is where basically Nico would go from apartment to apartment as he went through the story. But no, they've said that's not going to happen anymore. There's various other bits and pieces that have been changed, tweaked, and it makes people worry that is there an issue with time, is there an issue with cost. Now obviously CD Projekt Red has had an issue with the whole crunch drama, whereby, for those of you who don't know, if you push, like they're just constantly pushing poor old developers to just work harder and harder and harder and harder and harder, doing 20-hour days and basically collapsing and going into offices and crying and just pushing people too hard, harder than they should be pushed, and doing it for more and more extended periods of time. They have said, and most other developers have said, we don't want to do this. We don't want to keep this culture going because it's actually not healthy. We're burning staff out and it's difficult to replace really good staff. So this might be just a, look, we want to just take a rein back. We want to just rein it in. We're not going to be doing all this third-person stuff because we haven't actually done it yet and there's only 7 months out, so we're just going to cut it rather than, you know, burn our people out. That might be part of it. It might be partly to do with the immersion of the story. I somehow doubt it. If they took the artistic reasoning that these should be third person, especially when you have such an in-depth character creation that they've supposedly done. Now, does that mean that they've had to drastically hack back some of their character customization and therefore it doesn't transition well into the third person? I don't know. We don't know. But why have such an in-depth custom characterization and not utilize it where you can? Now, if we were talking about, again, Deus Ex, you know what Adam Jensen looks like. He doesn't change. You can, if you have certain DLC, change the coat he wears, but it doesn't really change what he's going to look like when he's stood there in a third-person cutscene. But it still happens. And this isn't a character we created. This isn't a character that we have poured our soul into. As it says, you can go through Twitter and see people have said, you can go through the forums, people say, some people are saying, like, I will spend an hour, 2 hours creating the exact look of the character I want. and now I'm not going to see them unless I'm walking past a mirror. Now, as I say, from a gameplay point of view, as long as it works, so long as there isn't jarring moments when I feel that I should be in third person for something particular. So, for instance, the scene where they have to buy the bots is all in first person. I like that. It works well. I have no problem with that. The scene where you get the woman out of the bath, they could all be done in third person, but they're not. They're done in first person. Again, it works. I like it. Don't have a problem with it. So I think for as long as it works for the story, I don't have an issue. I'm happy. Now, going on to things like the apartments now missing. Certain gangs aren't in the lore. Certain areas aren't there that should be. Let me put my cynical hat on for you guys and talk like the old gamer that lived through the Eternal Crusade saga. Again, those of you that have been with the channel for a while know that I desperately wanted Eternal Crusade, which is a Warhammer 40k MMO style game, to be amazing. It was promised that there'd be 100 on 100 battles, that it would literally be you were fighting on a planet and it would be carnage. True Warhammer 40k on the grandest of scales. Your guild would have their own cruiser set up in orbit. You would all gather and you could teleport down to wherever you wanted on the planet and just cause chaos. Do whatever it is you wanted to do in this world. It didn't transpire that way. These things happen. I'm old and grumpy enough to know that. But a lot of the things that have been cut feel very much to me like, yes, there is an issue with getting all of these things done. Sometimes you promise many things, you can't deliver. But also, let's be entirely honest, the world we live in now with surprise boxes, not loot boxes, remember that. Why not just make that DLC? Can you see an apartment DLC? I can. Third person issues, I can see them easily being fixed in mods. If you look at the Witcher 3 mods on the Nexus, there are loads of them giving you all sorts of customization options. I can easily see modders getting their hands on this, and so long as it's not too horrendous, easily for the PC modding a third person perspective in. Which again makes just buy games like this on PC. Honestly, the mods make games like this so much better. A friend of mine plays Fallout on console, and I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, you play Skyrim, you played so much Skyrim, and you were paying it for so long about mods, and then you pay for mods which are free. Oh, yeah. Let's not go on to the practices of Bethesda. That is a whole different video. Oh, there we go, we're cheering up now. The chainsaw guy outside has stopped. We're cheering up. I'm still super excited about this game. I'm not going to lie, I'm still buying it, I'm still getting it. And let's be honest, with the state of AAA gaming at the moment, all I can say is, in CD Projekt Red, I trust. And just don't let me down. Have a great one, everybody.